Good morning and welcome to this day in history on October 23rd. All right, today we're going to go all the way back to the year 42 BC when Brutus dies by suicide. And this is in fact the Brutus of Et tu, Brute. Marcus Junius Brutus, a leading conspirator in the assassination of Julius Caesar, dies by suicide after his defeat at the Second Battle of Philippi. 2 years before, Brutus had joined Gaius Cassius Longinus in the plot against the Roman dictator Julius Caesar, believing he was striking a blow for the restoration of the Roman Republic. However, the result of Caesar's assassination was to plunge the Roman world into a new round of civil wars, with the Republican forces of Brutus and Cassius vying for supremacy against Octavian and Mark Antony. After being defeated by Antony in a battle at Philippi, Greece, in October of 42 BC, Brutus took his own life. Antony and Octavian soon turned against each other, and in 27 BC, the Roman Republic was lost forever, with the ascendance of Octavian as Augustus Caesar, the first emperor of Rome. Well, I guess he got what he wanted. In 1707, the first Parliament of Great Britain meets. 1869, John Heisman, football coach who legalized the forward pass, originated the center snap, and for which the Heisman Trophy is named. Born in Cleveland, Ohio, he died in 1936 at the age of 66. 1921, Scottish inventor, veterinary surgeon, and businessman who co-founded Dunlop Rubber, John Boyd Dunlop, died at the age of 81. 1925, iconic American television host Johnny Carson was born on this date. Johnny Carson, what a guy. 1929, the first transcontinental air service begins from New York to Los Angeles. Are there any soccer fans in the audience? Because on this date in 1940, the Brazilian footballer Pele was born. Even I have heard of Pele. In 1941, the Disney animated film Dumbo, about a flying elephant with big ears, was released. 1942, American author, screenwriter, director, producer, and novelist Michael Crichton, famous for writing Jurassic Park, Andromeda Strain, and others, was born in Chicago, Illinois on this date in 1942. He died in 2008 at the age of 66. In 1950, Lithuanian-American singer and actor Al Jolson died. And I had no idea that he was Lithuanian, so you learn all kinds of things on this day in history. 1952, the Nobel Prize for Medicine was awarded to Ukrainian-born microbiologist Selmert A. Waxman for his discovery of an effective treatment of tuberculosis. 1958, Russian poet, novelist, and literary translator Boris Pasternak, author of Dr. Zhivago, was awarded the Nobel Prize in Literature. Dr. Zhivago was rejected for publication in the USSR, and the manuscript had to be secretly smuggled to Italy for publication. The Communist Party was enraged when Pasternak was awarded the Nobel Prize for Literature in 1958, and they forced him to decline the prize. He died in 1960 at the age of 70. Fortunately, his descendants were able to accept the prize in his name in 1988. Interestingly, Dr. Zhivago has been part of the main Russian school curriculum now since 2003. 1959, American singer, songwriter, comedian, actor, and satirist Alfred Matthew Yankovic, better known as Weird Al Yankovic, was born in Downey, California. Weird Al has made more than 10 studio albums featuring original songs and parodies of hit singles. If you're not familiar with Weird Al Yankovic, you should look him up. He's pretty funny. 1989, gas leak kills 29 at plastics factory. On October 23, 1989, 23 people died in a series of explosions sparked by an ethylene leak at a factory in Pasadena, Texas. In 1995, Yolanda Saldivar was found guilty of murdering Latin singer Selena. That's one of the most senseless, tragic things. Why? I just can't feature it. In 2001, digital music players at the beginning of the millennium were either big and clunky or small and useless with equally terrible user interfaces. As a result, Apple decided to revolutionize the way music lovers listen to music, and so On this date, in 2001, the very first iPod was introduced. Its innovations included a small size, a 1.8-inch hard drive, and its easy-to-use navigation. Its scroll wheel was the first of its kind and revolutionized the entire music industry. The easy-to-use MP3 player has been an enormously successful product for Apple. From the first generation iPod, Apple has gone on to sell thousands of other handheld devices such as iTouches, iPads, and iPhones. And so we can comfortably say that Steve Jobs, co-founder of Apple, is responsible for changing the course of media and entertainment distribution. And that's going to wrap it up for us today on October 23rd. Thanks for watching. Give it a like if you enjoyed this video. Consider subscribing if you haven't already. And feel free to share this video. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. On October, okay, with the notifications. Test, mic test, mic test. Oh, we're still on dictation. Blah, 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 coffee mug. Now, why does it say the same thing twice? I don't know. Well, we'll have to pull one of those out. Well, wait a minute. Hold on. That's in the wrong order. 1869. He was only born once.
Your iPhone is not available. Check that it's powered on and its software is up to date.
Now, why did she think I was talking to her? From the Just Veneration. Alrighty, untie those knots and try it again. Sure would be nice if I could ever read one of these in its entirety without having to start anything over. That would be awesome. Was that 1927? Oh boy, we got our years mixed up. I might have to take another look at that, but I'm going to have to look at that. So, plumbing happens. This is why I don't do live shows.